I'm George Boston Ryans in Valdosta in Lowndes County, Georgia. Out of 100,000 people here in Valdosta, Lowndes County plus, I am the only retired, disabled military veteran of the Vietnam War era that will say anything about what you are going to hear today. What I'm about to say to you is a total disrespect to all members of our armed forces stationed at Moody Air Force Base, to all National Guard Armory Reserve personnel, to all members of the ROTC, to all the parents who lost their loved ones in foreign nations of the world that put their life on the line for this country. And I am here as a voice because I love you all just as much. Let me say that on January the 11th, 2013, Kendrick Johnson was found dead at the Lowndes County High School gymnasium. The father, Kenneth, called me that night about 10 o'clock. And he said to me, "George, they have killed my son." I didn't know him at the time, to my knowledge, so, well, first of all, he said, "I need to talk to you tomorrow." I said, "No, sir. I'm on my way to your house. Give me your address." And I arrived to his house, and the rest is history. And I've been with the KJ case in the background, not for any fame, not for any money, not for any prestige, but for nothing more than to do what I was called to do at the age of 14, and that is to tell the truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God, in alignment with St. John 8:32, which says, "And ye shall know the truth, and that the truth shall set you free." And so today, March the 28th, I'm traveling through the property of Lowndes County High School because I have a right to do so. Also, they put me under a criminal trespass for nothing. I'm going to address that in this video if God pleases. And if I don't, I will do a follow-up and I will give you, as Paul Harvey would say, the rest of the story. So now permit me, as I'm sitting here in front of the Lowndes County School Board of Education building in the city of Valdosta, Georgia, and in the state of Georgia, and in the United States of America. Listen to me, O house of Israel, descendants and the black Hebrew Israelites, which we are. We are not Negro. We are not colored. We are not Boerhead. We are not African American. We are not N-word. We are not any of those names that they assigned to us, but they would not tell us that we are the black Hebrew Israelites that are by right and by the word of the divine right of God the Creator. We are ordained to be over in Israel and not the European Ashkenazi Jews and others, and they know it. And God has so ordained a time such as this for us to know who we are, to know whose we are, and to know our destiny according to Deuteronomy 18 and other scriptures throughout the Bible, and that we as a people are the beef of that book that we did not know yesterday, but we know very well today because the time has come. Psalm 68:31, and I will quote it, King James Version. "Princes shall come out of Egypt, and Ethiopia shall soon stretch forth her hand unto God." Christianity wouldn't tell us who we were, nor whose we were, nor what day the white Europeans would be taken out of power and the original chosen people of earth would be put into power. So what we see today unfolding in Northern Africa, I say again, what we see unfolding in Northern Africa, not the Middle East, for there is no such historic ancient writing that refers to the Middle East after they hewed out the Suez Canal. So know who you are. And I challenge you to go to YouTube, my channel, Boston G.B.R, and Google or click on Black Hebrew Israelites. I have almost 200 straight videos about who we are as a people. And the majority of videos are not done by black folk, but by Europeans who started the lie in the first place, who distorted our history, who stripped us of our name, our language, our mother tongue. You know, our culture, and labeled us 3/5 of a human being. But today, that's not why I'm here today. That's just a bonus for what I'm saying to you today. Now, let me get on point. I'm in front of the Valdosta Lowndes County High School. And I'm going to talk right now about the death of Kendrick Johnson. Because following the death, when the daddy called me that night, they found a need to ban me from all Lowndes County school property, not just this school. So now let me show you why I'm out here today, and I'm going to close this out. I am here because I want you to see that over 100,000+ people, I am the only veteran or citizen that I'm aware of that are willing to give you the truth, because I love y'all just that much. But above all, God called me to do what I'm doing. And I've been doing this since 1975. And by the way, I want to thank all the young people who meet me as I walk my beat and say, Brother Ryan, you sure dish it out strong. And whatever you do, don't stop doing what you do. I'm tired, want to quit, can't quit, need to quit. I ain't tired, in good health, full of energy. But sometimes you just say to yourself, with what you see Donald Trump and his followers doing, if you have any brains in your head, you have to ask yourself a question. Is Valdosta and Lowndes County, and is the United States of America worth fighting for any longer? After all, they are shooting down everything that we fought for. Some people died for it. They're cutting them all down now. But I come today to tell you that nobody will look up to this. Nobody will say nothing about this. Look at that flagpole. There is no Georgia state flag. Wait a minute, let me say it again. Do you see one? And if there is no Georgia state flag, why isn't there one? If you go to Cairo, Brunswick, Brooks County, Adel, Douglas and Coffee County, Ambrose, Albany, Atlanta, Warrington, Sandersville. I've been to all these places. They fly their state flag. So what is it that makes Valdosta and Lowndes County elected officials so patriotic or so racist that they will not fly the Georgia state flag? Now wait a minute, before you condemn me, let me say this to you. Now, not too many years ago, before they changed the Georgia state flag and got rid of that old Confederate flag, they had a flag flying on that pole. Valdosta Lowndes County High School, right across, they already filmed it. They don't have one. Valdosta High School don't fly one. Moulton Branch Elementary School don't fly. Westside Elementary School don't fly. No library in Lowndes County flies it. And I could call some more places like the museum, the Lowndes County bus barn, Dasher's. But let me tell you something. See, y'all eyes are not open. But there are some of us that God called, chose, and elected to tell the truth. And when you are under that kind of obligation by the God of creation, then you can expect them to put you under a criminal, let me add, a bogus, perhaps racist, and unjustified criminal trespass for not violating any law except doing the same thing that I'm doing today, and that is giving you the truth. But too many of you don't want the truth, and you who accept the truth, you won't share the truth, you won't click like the truth, and so we stay in a state of ignorance, deaf, dumb, and blind to the times, and unable to make intelligent decisions. And I tell you, it is indeed a disgrace in Valdosta and Lowndes County, Georgia, for the people here to be filled with fear, filled with racism, filled with hate, filled with reverse religion. And I do mean reverse religion. You know, I don't even like the word religion, and I don't even like refried beans. If you're going to give me some beans, give them to me before you refry them. And I don't like what the superintendent of Lowndes County school system is doing. I don't like what Lowndes County Board of Education members are doing. I don't like nor appreciate the district attorney, Brad Shealy. I do not like what the Lowndes County manager is doing by not displaying a Georgia state flag over the Southern Judiciary Courthouse here in Valdosta and Lowndes County. I know y'all dislike me for that. Now, I'm trying to help you if you let me. I'm trying to help you educate your children if you let me. Your children gonna be deaf, dumb, and forever blind if you don't listen to somebody who's willing to speak outside of the box of incarceration and indoctrination. I've been out of the box. You see, most of you don't even know why. This president bombed Persia. You say the Iranians. In the Bible and in the ancient writings, that is Persia. And there's a lot in the Bible about Persia and what gonna happen to these nations that are coming up against Persia. They think that's gonna be a pushover. Read your scriptures. Wait a minute. You don't have to read your scriptures. Go to Boston G.B.R. on YouTube. I have almost 200 videos now posted under a playlist title that I label. Let me listen. I want you to know the truth. I don't want you to remain ignorant. I don't want you to keep killing our children and nobody do a damn thing about it. And you all know in South Georgia, there are too many black souls crying out from the graveyards because they never received justice. That's right. It's not only KJ. Go to Brooks County and look at the week of terror. Google the week of terror. Google the Densons and others. Earl Evans, he was a police officer, shot him in the car, burned him up. And nothing was done about it until this day. Nobody even talking about it. But yours truly. Because I love y'all. No, you don't love me. Most videos I put up, y'all won't even share them. You're too afraid to mash the like button because you'll see somebody know that you like the truth that comes from the people God chose, called, and elected to serve you. So I'm gonna close now, but I want you all to know that when you hear the KJ family talk about justice for their son and other blacks that have never received justice, you ought to say thank you, Mr. Johnson and Mrs. Johnson family, for we are too damn scared. We too damn scared to speak up. And so we thank you for being a voice for the scared to death voiceless. Now, you know, I want to thank the young lady. I thank Erica Miller, I think it is. Oh my God. She is publishing great information about the death of KJ. I commend her for that, because very few people will do that. The news media networks are not going to do it. That's why I started using my camera to do what I do. When I found out that they just boldly slap us upside the head, and all we can do as American veterans and citizens and family members of our children who died in Vietnam, died in Germany, died in Panama, died in Japan, and died in Iraq, and now dying in Persia. That's right. And yet, we don't even have a right to vote. They trying to attack that again. Now, let me say this, y'all. Y'all excuse me. I'm on the road this morning because I'm tired. I'm tired of talking to black folk, and they stay scared to death, full of fear. But they got Jesus. What in the hell type Jesus you got if you scared as hell? For somewhere I read, not in the Old Testament, but in the New Testament, somewhere I read that our God did not give us the spirit of fear and hatred, but of power, love, and a sound mind. I said a sound mind, not a falling down on the floor, hollering, I'm saved, sanctified, Holy Ghost full, fire baptized, and I'm better than George Boston Rhyme because he don't go to church. Because he say he get depressed when he go to church and see all these religious leaders afraid to stand up. I mean afraid to stand up at all. They'll tell you something about Jesus. They'll tell you about how holy they are. They'll tell you about the sin of prostitutes. They'll tell you about the gay people. They will tell you about the people who rise up and speak ill against the state of Israel. But what in the hell you don't even know? You don't know that the people in power, wish I brought my water. I didn't know I was gonna be this long. You don't know that the people in Israel, those white, European, Ashkenazi Jews, are not even supposed to be on that landmass. But you think they are the chosen people of God. But they're not. You black man, woman, and children, you are the chosen people of God. And I done dressed it up for you. I done made it so simple for you that when you go to my channel, Boston G.B.R, and start looking at the videos that I've posted, you will soon discover who you are and whose you are. And these are not Negroes talking or saying this. These are white Europeans. These are Orthodox Jews. These are people who have done the research. These are people who tested the DNA. And they even ask, listen to me, y'all, and check me out. Check me out and see if I'm lying. They have people who ask Netanyahu to do a DNA test so they can see if his bloodline, you know, and all that stuff that we don't understand, see if it measure up that he is a Hebrew Israelite. You know he won't do it. And some go as far to say it's against the law to even do that DNA test along those lines in the state of false Israel. Y'all hear what I say? You hear what I say? Now, what I'm saying is widespread, y'all. And that's why I'm speaking like this. I started learning this back in the mid-70s. I used to listen to Al-Islam on the WD side of the house. I started listening to Minister Farrakhan, Nation of Islam. I studied Elijah Muhammad. And yet I was not in the organization. But they had a truth that I wanted, needed, and didn't understand it. But as I got older, God blessed me to see a little further up the road. But y'all say I was cursed. Y'all say I was a megalomaniac because I was able, by God's permission, to think outside the box of incarceration and indoctrination. And one day I fell on my way to the bus station. That's why when I fell and bumped my head, all that damn fear that I used to have in the church, all that damn fear that I had when I was in the pulpit. And I do mean the pulpits, because I was so deep in the pits of hell that I couldn't even see myself. But I thank the God of my ancestors, as a black Hebrew Israelite, that he woke me up one day and he told me to go to Isaiah 35:8. What will you find there, brother preacher and teacher and free man? He says that a highway shall be there and a way, and it will be for the wayfaring men. Fools will not err therein. You know what I say? I'm talking about Isaiah 35:8. I'm not talking about Highway 75. Once you can accept that, and once you can tie that in with the Psalms 68:31, which says, princes shall come out of Egypt. Ethiopia shall soon stretch forth a hand unto God. You see how everybody now talk about the Ethiopian Bible and how the Catholic Church gave us 66 books, cut 18 of them out, plus there's some more. Because they never wanted us to know the greatness of who God made us. You know what I say? And too many black folk, they don't give a damn about the truth. They rather shake a behind, shake a booty. Huh? Not knowing, not understanding that heaven and earth would pass away, but my word will stand forever. And this is why nobody in Lowndes is talking about what I've been talking about. I got over 2 million views on my YouTube channel. And after people was flocking to it so fast, I haven't gotten any subscribers, and I don't know when, because I know what they're doing. You see, they shut me down on Facebook. That's why when you go to my channel, you think I got 300 or 400 people. And you can't get to but one of my channels, and I got 4. The reason I set them up, I knew what they were doing. They didn't want you to hear this. As long as I tell you about being saved, sanctified, Holy Ghost full, fire baptized, paying your tithes, joining some building, but you won't join God in truth, man, they'll give you extra pages and channels. But when you talk like this, because they know what Jesus said in 8:32, St. John, ye shall know the truth, and the truth gonna set you free. And so they give you a whole bunch of jibby-jabby and untruths because they don't want you free. They want you to be a slave, so you keep bringing your money to them, and they never attack the issues. They never teach you what's going on in the world. They won't tell you, or can't tell you, why Israel and the United States attacked Persia. But if you look at my channel, Boston G.B.R. on YouTube, and go to my playlist entitled Black Hebrew Israelites, I have it set up where 200, pretty near 200 videos, and you can click all, and when one finish, it'll go to the next one, it'll go to the next one, it'll go to the next one. It's gonna tell you who we are as a people. And all of what we see now in Persia, all of this stuff, what Trump is doing, man, they done broke it down for you by scripture. They gonna use the scriptures that your pastor read but didn't understand. And when you start listening to it, if you got any brain in your head at all, you won't be able to stop. You'll be listening to it all night long. And I promise you, you gonna share, you can't help from sharing it with somebody. And what I've done, last night I went through all my email list and I shared all of those videos with all of those people. Some of you probably gonna get it 3 and 4 times, and I'm gonna apologize to you. But when you love somebody, you do that kind of thing. Look here. I didn't mean to talk this long. Y'all forgive me. I'm finna go now. I will say this, justice for KJ, the Lowndes County Judicial Complex under Brad Sheila, and the Lowndes County Board of Education members, the Lowndes County Sheriff Department under Sheriff Prine and the current sheriff. It is a disgrace that they will not remove me in writing from this bogus criminal trespass. They sent me a letter. They told me, and I got it. I'm gonna do something with it. I'm waiting for God to do what he want to do. I haven't given up. That's why I'm out here on the property today. And, you know, they can come and arrest me today. They got a right to do it because they said I was under it. And they never removed me in writing. So they can handcuff me today and take me to jail. But I got somebody gonna bond me out. And I got 2 lawyers that want to take my case. But I told them, no, not yet. I told them, let's wait a few more days. Let's see how God gonna rule in the KJ case. Hey, bro, Ryan, what in hell are you talking? What you talking about? Wait for it. You ain't got nothing to do with the KJ case. That's what you think. I'll say it again. That's what you think. I'll say it again. That's what you think. You see, but when God gives you the gift of discerning of spirits, you'll know what others cannot see and may never see. You don't hear me? The daddy called me that night. Why did he call me? I don't know. But I know today that God put me in the mix before 6. And I can't go nowhere until somebody with a heart that is inspired by God to call me one day. CNN didn't do it. I called Blackwell, he didn't do it. Eric Holder didn't do it. I wrote Barack Obama, he didn't do it. And as I said, I talked to the Justice Department in Atlanta, traveled up there. And I could call the lady's name who told me, that's not fair what they did to you, that's unlawful. So I know what I'm doing. But whom God have called and elected, who can fight against that? Who can? Though we suffer, as I close, though we suffer and though we die, by the blood of the Lamb, we shall overcome. Now, you know, I want to give y'all a piece of information. The other week, I was at Mary Turner site where they lynched her at. with professor out of Miami, Marvin Dunn. And I gave a lecture or information about the Mary Turner lynching. And when I finished speaking, one lady asked me, she said, Brother Rhines, I've seen the video, the documentaries that you were in. And she said to me, will you give us a piece of wisdom before you leave? And so since I'm closing this out for real, I want to leave y'all with a piece of information, because I'm finding, especially young folk, they thank me for what I provide to them. So today as I close, I'm not going to talk about anything that I've talked about before, but what I'm about to close with. That's a promise. You see, a lot of our pastors, a lot of our imams, a lot of our rabbis, a lot of our priests, a lot of our sheikhs, a lot of our parents are handicapped. Wait, let me say it again, they are handicapped. So I'm showing you this emblem before I close. You see that fella there, or that lady sitting in that wheelchair? Let me tell you what that is, if you properly understand it, as God showed it to me. A man or girl or young man who does not have a handicap, that is a complete circle. But when people get scared as hell, when people live in fear, they not whole. And so they bring them a damn half circle or 3/4 circle and set they behind down in it, like a wheelchair. And they ain't no good to you, and they ain't no good to their community because they're handicapped. Now, I'm not talking about the people who are really physical handicapped, because we have some people today that are operating from the wheelchair and doing more than I could ever do. But I'm talking about those religious folk. I'm talking about those people that are living in fear. I'm talking about those people scared as hell. They sitting in a broken circle because they have been broken. They have been injured with fear. Don't y'all get in the wheelchair when there's nothing wrong with you except you're scared as hell. You live in fear. You're scared of white people because of what they've done to our ancestors. But just remember, though we suffer and though we die, by the blood of the Lamb, we shall overcome. St. Luke 4:18, for the Spirit of the Lord is upon me. For he anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor, the recovering of sight unto the blind, to preach the acceptable year of the Lord, and to set at liberty them that are bruised. If you can't stand up, man, even if you don't have a wheelchair to sit in like this, you are still handicapped. And some of us who know the truth, we know who you are. And me, God done blessed me not to even condemn you, because you are just who you're supposed to be. Y'all have a nice day. Thank y'all for tuning in today. The reason you tuned in, I can't answer that. I hope you do. Peace be unto you. May God bless you, and may heaven smile upon you. Bye-bye, we're gone. Power to the people. Pass it on, and don't wait so long to get it on. This is on Facebook. I'm going to take this same video, and I'm going to put it on YouTube. Plus, I did some more videos up on the major campus today. They didn't arrest me, and I'm going to take that, and I'm going to show you all what they did to me in a bogus criminal trespass, because I guess they thought them children would talk to me, and if they talked to me, they knew that I would publish it. Bye-bye. We're gone.